Good morning. Come on now. Good morning. How y'all doing? Crofton, where y'all at? You Cardinals? Where y'all at? Over there? I see you Cardinals. Old Mill, where y'all at? The Patriots. Gophers? Be proud, Gunberty. Come on now. What's good? Ladies and gentlemen, listen seriously. Good morning. Welcome to the District Court of Anne Arundel County. My name is Shane Spencer. I am like you on a field trip. You have supervisor chaperones with you, so do I. Do me a solid today. Behind me somewhere is my boss, and he is allowing me to do this today, so please, let's have a good time. Help me. Chief, yeah, he's there. See, look, welcome behind me.
You don't have to say it like that. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, he's there. My boss is here, but he allows us to have this opportunity, me to not do my everyday regular job, to have some time with y'all. And that's important because I love what we do in this courtroom, in this building. We do fabulous things, but today we're not doing that. Today we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Today I hope that you walk away and you learn something about something that you don't already know about. Trust me, I know you're gonna hear some things today that you've already thought you know about, you heard about, you may think you know. If me and the team that I've assembled over here, to my left, your right, does our job correctly today, you'll walk away educated. I hope that my team is able to do their job, and their job is to win. I compete. And I tell them our win is if we leave, you leave, and you've laughed. They win if you leave and you may have shed a tear. I'll tell you right now, there's a 99.9% chance I might cry today. I'm good with that. They win if you leave here today and you've been moved by something they've said. Now look, this is just a field trip for y'all, but for me, this is the best part of my everyday 365 because I get to do something that I don't normally do, hang out with y'all. So we're gonna have fun. Along the way, I encourage you to ask questions, respectful ones. Ask questions, because assembled is a team of people who I think are the best of the best. And I don't think I know. The best of their jobs in this county and in this state. I do believe we have the best county because y'all are here. I mean, I'm not sure. Old Mill, how'd y'all do against Glen Burnie this year when y'all played sports, like basketball and football? Oh, Lord.
We won in football.
Y'all gonna take that? How about basketball?
I don't know about that.
Look, we're gonna compete. I'm gonna compete. I hope to gain your attention. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. Before we go any further, my boss is here, and he allows me to do this, so I'm obligated to let him speak sometimes, I guess. Sorry, I'm joking. My boss is here. This is the chief judge of this court of the entire state of Maryland. That means he runs all of us. But I also consider him a friend when he's not wearing that jacket or behind closed doors, and because he's my friend, he allows us to do this. But I appreciate his support, and I want him to welcome you to our district court, because it's not just in this building, it's statewide, right, Chief?
That's right. Good morning, everybody. My name's John Morrissey. I'm the Chief Judge of the District Court of Maryland. You're in one of 33 courthouses that comprise the district court system, and we run. Anybody been to Oakland up in Deep Creek Lake before? Anybody been out there? We have a little courthouse. It's a tiny little courthouse out there. It just has one judge and 5 staff people. And then I have courts in Baltimore City. There's 4 courthouses just in Baltimore City alone, and they employ over 500 between the judges and the clerks and the bailiffs and all those people. In fact, the entire judiciary employs 4,500 people, and we employ judges like Judge Spencer and Judge Alexander over there. We employ attorneys that work for us that provide legal advice to people that can't afford lawyers. We have social workers that work for us, case managers that work for us. We have our courtroom clerks and our back office clerks who are the backbone of what we do. They keep us straight every day, and they're actually Judge Spencer and I's bosses. They tell us what to do every day. And then we have our bailiffs that provide security for us. So I'm shamelessly pitching when it comes for that time in your life that you decide what you want to do for a career. Is that a DeMatha shirt that you have on?
That's Old Mill.
Oh, man. Okay. Thought it was too good to be true. I'm a DeMatha kid. When it comes time for you guys to see what you want to do with your career, consider the judiciary. We're a good employer. This is actually the second day of my 21st year in the district court. So I liked it so much I've stayed for 2 decades and hopefully stay for a little longer. But just think about it. There's a world of opportunities. There's also state's attorneys and public defenders, and there's police officers that are here. You're going to see a whole range of people that are associated with the court system. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. It's been just a gift to me to become a judge. I pinch myself, even after having done it 20 years. I wake up every morning and I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I've been given. I'll stop talking because that's not really why you guys are here today. I've been to this. How many times have you done this, Shane?
Shante, how many years are we in? 10, 12, I don't know.
I've been here for at least 20 of these, and I'm not allowing Judge Spencer to do this. I'm promoting Judge Spencer to do this. I think this is the premier program that we have in the district court. I'm very proud of the work that he and his staff do to put all this on, and I hope you guys have a great time today. I like it so much I keep coming back every time. There's one part that I have to walk out of the room for. So grab your hankies. As my mother used to say, it might be a 3-hanky day, but I'll turn it back over to you.
Chief, before you go, when you travel the state, you go from here to Ocean City, stay down there for a conference?
Snow Hill, yep.
You traveled down there to Baltimore City, but Baltimore County, up to Ricetown, the hotel where the Ravens stay?
I do.
You've traveled, I believe you went down to D.C., the Gaylord. We had a conference there?
That was a long time ago.
But you stayed there?
Yep.
I tell you all this because all you have to do is ask that man. I asked him earlier, you didn't hear, we were behind the wall back there, but last year, a student, his name is Walker, left this program, walked over to this man and said, hey, can I have a job? The chief gave him an internship for an entire year. Everywhere the chief goes, Walker goes. He's just like y'all. Walker put on a suit and tie, a shirt and tie. Everywhere the chief goes, he travels the country. Chief took Walker with him. It's not the traveling part. It's experience. It's seeing people, judges, lawyers, doctors, nurses, psychiatrists. Chief films commercials, the guys on the cameras back there, all the media stuff, all those things, Chief is in charge of all of that. The man just walked up to the said, hey, Chief, can I have a job? He said yes.
We have our government relations people here. Raise your hands. We have a studio at my office where we film from, so we're a little broader. I have warehouses that I oversee where we ship computers, and you know, you never think about courts as how does this paper get here? How does this microphone get here? Or these tables or the pews that you're in? I have 2 guys that build these pews. All the woodwork you see in this room is built by 2 guys that work for the District Court of Maryland. So just keep that in mind. Thank you, Judge
This is a great segue to Ms. Hendershot, who's here on behalf of the Anne Arundel County Public Schools, is because I'm going to ask you to compete. Because at the end of the program, before you leave or when you do leave, Ms. Hendershot will give yourselves and your teachers a pamphlet or an application to compete. We compete. I hate to lose. And I want you to compete, because if you compete in our program, submit something to us about a reflection about today, how this moved you, what you learned, how it touched you, you have an opportunity to compete. My team will judge the competition of whatever you submit. It can be an essay, it can be a poem. Last year, a song won. It can be a rap. It can be a drawing. If you have a drawing one year, we have anything you want to do. I do not care. Express yourself. 2 years ago, a lady left here, went in her room at home, broke out her guitar, and I said guitar, and played that joker and sang a song. I saw it, was it Insta Snapchat, or what's it called? Something, what do y'all use? Snapchat, Twitter, thingamajigabobber? What do y'all use? What's it called? Instagram? That thing. It's on Instagram.
I use the Google.
This lady had her thing on Instagram. My son saw it, played it for me. Before she even competed, I'm like, she wins. But that thing was Instagram for a minute. She had, I don't know how many thousands of followers from our county alone, but then it went up hundreds because it was on Instagram. Oh, P.S., then she won the competition. I forget how much the check is, Bobby. Is it $2,500? How much is the money? $500 in cash from the schools. And you have an opportunity to shadow or be part of anything you want to do with regard to my team, as in the chief, or as in one of the lawyers, or one of the officers, or the clerk who runs the entire building, or the school board. You can go and watch them, their film, their video stuff. Anything you want to do, I don't care. You tell me, I make it happen. But what I ask you to do is when you get back and think about it, if that team behind me is my job, you're going to get home tonight and think about it, or today's Thursday, tomorrow night when you're out hanging out with your friends, you're partying, and when you think about me or something I said or my team said, go home on Sunday and compete. I can't stress enough. I tell my children, I tell his children that I know it's not about what you know all the time. It's about who you know. Next question, who you know? The chief judge of the entire court of Maryland, that dude. That dude. I call him and say, hey, chief, I'm drunk, pick me up. He won't come get me. Trust. He will say, boy, you better get your tail to work on Monday. If you call him and say, chief, this is Mary from Glen Burnie, I'm banged up, drunk. He may be in Ocean City, but I guarantee you he calls me and says, Shane, I need you to do me a favor. Get her home. I guarantee it. Right, chief?
Absolutely.
I guarantee it. I'm not playing. I don't know if y'all knew when I walked in that I was a judge. He tipped my hand. I'm not a judge right now. I'm not wearing my dress. Right now, my name is Shane Spencer. I live in the county like y'all live in the county. I have family here like y'all have a family here. Y'all important to me. I don't know y'all yet. I'm getting to know you. Got a couple hours. By the time I leave, y'all leave, I might love some of y'all. I'm gonna tell you now, I'll tell you before you leave. When y'all leave, my team will be outside there. I'll be standing right here saying, thanks, God bless, good night, have a good day. If you ask me, I'll give you my cell number. I'm standing right here, I'll give it to you. I'll tell you, text me, tell me your name and your school, I'll hit you back later. Probably won't be till tonight about 5:36 when I get home, but I'll hit you back. When you need something, you call me, you text me. I'm there. Phone's always on. He makes me leave my phone on. I have to be on duty all the time, but I promise I'll give it to you. I promise you. I promise you. I've seen some teachers here in the room before. You go back, ask your teachers. I guarantee you I'll respond to your text. Hey, I might not be able to get there. I got friends. And I guarantee you they will. I got friends who live in Crofton. I got friends who live in Glen Burnie. I have a courthouse in both locations. I got friends who live by Old Mill, Millersville, all over. Your car goes all over the state, right? Lights and sirens. And you pick somebody up out of uniform to get them home. Isn't that a fact? Let's have some fun. Let's learn a little bit. But your takeaway is we care about you. That's why we're doing this thing today, all right? We care. I care. They care. You don't know that yet? You're going to learn it. Now, let's talk a little about life. Anybody driving yet? Anybody have their license yet? Yeah. Anybody over here? How about y'all? What kind of car do you drive? A Rogue. That's an little SUV? How old is it? What year is it?
Pretty sure it's 20.
I asked you because I have a truck. And my friend and my family over here make fun of my truck. I hadn't even started my story yet. See, they make fun. I have a truck. And I often drive them. I say, hey, y'all, we have to go to a meeting. Y'all let me drive? They're like, no. What's up? My truck's 2004. It's a lovely truck. Who laughed? You know what? Let me talk to Glen Burnie. Skip them over there. Cardinals. I got a truck. It's a nice truck. It's 2004. It may have 300 some odd miles on it. That's a lot. It may have a little bit of duct tape on the rough spots. You know what I'm saying? You appreciate that? Yeah. It's okay, right? Yeah. It's still okay, right? You want to drive my truck with me? Look, I'm going for a ride tonight.
Absolutely.
You're a liar. You say no every time. We had to go to Baltimore one time from here to Baltimore. I said, Miss Howley, Miss Smelter, let's roll. We gotta go. They're like, you're driving? I'm like, yeah, I'm driving. They're like, no, never mind. We don't want to go. I got a truck. Anybody want to drive my truck? Come on, man. Come here. Tell me your name. I like you already, dude. Come on. Come here. Tell me your name. Steven, come on. Come see me, Steven. Let's pretend, Steven, this is my truck. It's nice. Look, I mean, seats don't necessarily have to match every time. Here, you be the driver. Steven, where do you go to school? Old Mill. You're a Patriot? Good to meet you, brother. Glen Burnie, y'all know Steven? Anybody want to meet Steven? Yeah. Who? Come here. Tell me your name. My name is Nicholas, come here. Nicholas, you gopher. Nicholas, come to my friend Steven. Steven, Nicholas. Steven, Nicholas, Steven, Nicholas, Steven. Sweet. I love new friends. Yeah, man, go ahead. Anybody know them? Go for a ride with them? You know them? You both know them? What's your name? Yes? Gabby, you know them? Who? Which one do you know? You want to sit with Nick? Come on. Crofton, anybody know him? Oh, you want to go? Come on, girl. I see you too quick. Come on. What's your name? Oh, tell me, how are you? Gabby, Nick, and Steve. You want to go with them?
Yeah.
Nick, where are you going to go?
I want to go to New York City.
Go ahead. Take him. Steven, take him. Gets to going. Driving. I like music, but I got old stuff. You know this one? You know this one? Anybody? You know this one? You know this one? Yeah. Are you rocking? You're not even rocking. Where are you going? Why are you looking at me? Two friends. Uh-oh. Y'all swerving? Is that a siren? Uh-oh. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh, look who happened. Uh-oh.
How y'all doing?
My bad.
Good.
That's what he normally listens to when he's doing yoga.
Uh-oh.
How you all doing?
I'm doing good, officer. How about you?
Good. I'm Detective McKay.
All right.
I'm from State Street Task Force. Do you have your license registration on you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know why I stopped you?
No, sir.
Okay. We had a shooting last night, and the vehicle that you're driving fits the description of that vehicle exactly. Can I ask where you're coming from?
I'm coming from Maryland, sir.
From Maryland?
Yes, sir.
Where in Maryland?
Glen Burnie.
Glen Burnie? Okay. Where are you headed to?
New York City, officer.
You from here to going to New York?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He said New York.
Everybody in his car is going from here to New York tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, mind you, you know what I just said, right? This vehicle was involved in the shooting, and now you're going to New York?
Yes, officer.
Okay. Do you have your license on you?
Yes, officer.
Okay. Can I have it, please?
Yes, officer.
And do me a favor, ladies, can you put your hands on the back of this seat, please, for me? And sir, can you just keep yours where I can see? Thank you. And by chance, do you have an ID on you, sir?
No.
No? Ladies, do you have ID on you?
Oh, no.
No? No ID at all? Okay. Detective 142, can you start me a K9, please?
Detective K, what'd you say?
I just got on the radio and requested a K9, a dog come, to scan this vehicle for me.
Is that because the young man said he's on the 95 corridor going to New York?
Yes, it is.
The well-known drug trafficking trap?
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Known for drugs and the trafficking of firearms.
Huh. So now what you gonna do?
Right now, I'm waiting for the dog, but until the dog gets here, it's just myself on the side of the road, so I'm going to remove him from the vehicle. Can you step out of the vehicle for me, please?
Yes, officer.
All right. You have anything sharp on you? It's
No.
going to poke me, stick me? Any
No,
weapons
officer.
on you?
No,
Nothing like that? Okay. All right, just turn around for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our little skit here, Detective McKay's put my young man in cuffs. Anybody have a problem with that? Anybody object to that?
All right, do me a favor.
Buddy
come
over
and have a
here.
seat.
Hold on, I can't hear nothing, Chief. You have a problem? Hold on, yes, ma'am. Tell me. He had no probable cause. Put him in cuffs, Miss Holly. Uh-oh. Miss Spencer, what do you say to that?
The officer pulled him out of the car because there's 4 of them in the car. It's for officer safety. He is in not his car. He's traveling on I-95. He had probable cause to pull him out of the car. It matched the description of a car involved in a shooting. He's waiting for backup. So it's for officer safety. At this point, there's 4 of them and there's 1 of him.
Let's see how this transpires, all right? Let's see. Go ahead. Uh-oh. McKay, you pulled everybody out? Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're going to pull everybody out right now, sir.
Anybody have a problem with him getting in cuffs? He ain't driving. You got a problem with that? He ain't driving. Who cares, right? You got a problem? Tell me why. What'd he do? Okay, what'd he do?
Right now, I'm not sure what he did, but again, sir, it's just for them. I'm by myself on the side of the road. For my safety, I'm taking them out of the vehicle and getting them away from potentially any harm that can happen to
The
me.
detective said he's in a vehicle that's occupied with 4 people. 4 of y'all classmates in the car, not their car, going to 95, which we, by we I mean him, knows to be a known drug trafficking pathway. 95 New York is known amongst him and his colleagues to traffic drugs. He is by himself, has to identify all 4 of them. He pulled them all out, put them all in cuffs. Ms. Holly, objections now?
Thank you. I object.
Judge, she objects to them being pulled out. We're in front of you for a hearing.
Overruled.
You want to suppress? Overruled. Ha! Uh-oh, now what,
Right now, I'm going to continue with my investigation. I'm going to run the driver's name, date of birth, make sure he doesn't have any outstanding warrants or wants for him, make sure that this driver's license is valid, and confirm that while I'm waiting for my dog to get here.
He said his dog. You got a dog?
I got a dog.
You got a dog? Huh.
Temple. Yeah, last name.
He found the dog.
Perez.
Hold on. Ms. Holly, just out of abundance of precaution, I may have hit my stopwatch. Stop. It was 3 minutes and 0.1 second.
The quickest the canine has ever gotten.
Whew. I told you, best of the best. That's what I got. Best of the best.
Good.
Hold on, what happened, Trooper?
So Canine Buddy just gave a positive alert to the presence of the odor of narcotics.
Uh-oh. In the car?
Yep.
I mean, in that beautiful green truck?
I don't know if they could see what he did, Trooper. Could you explain what happened?
So Buddy there, he put his nose there in that bottom corner, kind of closed his breathing up a little bit and went into a down, which would be a final response for him.
Detective McKay, I heard Trooper Foss say, Buddy alerted. What you gonna do now?
I'm going to proceed to search this entire vehicle right now.
The entire vehicle?
Entire vehicle, since the
My glove box?
glove box, trunk,
Under my seat?
hood, engine compartment, anything. So now that the
My center console?
center console, every square inch of this vehicle is getting searched now that Trooper Foss and his partner are alerted to the vehicle. Hold on, I'll get back to you in a second.
I hope there ain't no contraband in that truck y'all got into. No? 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 Oh, you found a bag. You found a bag?
Backpack in the front seat, yes sir.
I'm not in school, so it couldn't be mine. I'm not even there, but whatever. Nicholas, is that yours?
Is this somebody's bag?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Annapolis. Y'all go to Annapolis?
No.
Oh, that don't matter, yes. Who cares? Huh. What'd that say? Old Mill Patriots. Somebody go to Old Mill? Uh-oh, somebody goes to Old Mill. What else you find?
T-shirt.
From where?
Glen Burnie.
Glen Burnie. I wonder who goes to Glen Burnie. What the Crofton Cardinal is that? Who goes there? What else you find in there, detective?
Oh.
Whoa, 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 bro. Whoa, bro. Uh-oh.
All right.
What'd you find?
Looks like powdered cocaine.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
looks like a handgun also.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You say you found cocaine and a gun?
Yeah, cocaine and a handgun.
And all those
So-
T-shirts and sweatshirts and things?
Yep. So at this point in time, I'm taking everyone, all 4 of them will be arrested on constructive possession of a firearm and narcotics.
Hold on, detective. Friends, I heard him say, I don't know if you heard him say, he said they're all getting locked up. They're all getting stepped back, and they're all getting charged. Anybody have a problem with that now? Anybody? Anybody? Tell me why.
Maybe some of them weren't aware that was in the bag.
Miss Holly, they weren't aware? That's a great defense. Miss Smelter, they weren't aware they're in that truck that had a bag of drugs and guns and stuff.
Yes, Your Honor. During a court proceeding, which would happen way down the road for a motions hearing, the state would argue constructive possession, as the officer said. There was ties to 2 of the schools, 3 of the schools.
Oh, you mean you use other evidence that we might call circumstantial to indicate that some of us might have gone to different locations and have been actively there? You mean like that?
Yes, Your Honor, as well as they all had, it was a small, your truck is small.
Says no one ever about my truck, lady. My truck's huge. I got 4x4, I got big rims on that joker. So they're all going away now, Detective?
Yes, all of them are going away. They're all going to go to the detention center right now where they'll be booked, processed, and charged.
Well, nice knowing y'all. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll see you on the backside.
All right.
We'll take 'em.
You all can stand
Bobby,
up
take
for
them with
me.
you.
And you can come this
Oh,
way over
good.
here for me.
Oh, well. You get a phone call, it's all good. Friends, so we're clear. Let's play this forward, realistically. Let's play this forward. Tomorrow night, my friend right here, she just showed up today. I never met her in my entire life. She had a party. She invited me over. Can I come over? Sure. I'm going to her house. Anybody else want to go with me? Yes, yes, yes. Anybody else? Yes, yes. Hold on. Where you live? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sweet. We're going to Baltimore to her house. Everybody good still? Y'all know her? Oh, Jesus. That's cool. You like the city? I like road trips too. But here's my problem. I've never met her. I like her. She invites me. I got a thing tomorrow. I'm sorry. I can't come. I got a thing. It's a thing that showed up on my calendar. Shante, I have a thing tomorrow. Shante left. Shante, I have a thing tomorrow. Do I have a thing tomorrow? Yeah, I got a thing. I like her a lot. Our friends just met from Old Mill, Glen Burnie, Crofton. That is my truck. That ain't my bag. But they got on a truck that none of y'all have ever seen before, friends you never met before, you have no idea what's in there. I'm not suggesting that I'm not gonna go to her house ever again, or ever at all. I'm not. What I am suggesting to you is that you make a better choice. I'm gonna ask her, oh, what is your name again? I don't know her. If she pulls up to your house in a BMW 5 Series, that's cool? Yeah, good answer. Because she might be loaded. I don't know. She might be loaded, but I ain't seen her in BMW last week or this week. We might go to my man's house right here for a party, Glen Burnie. But for all you know, he smokes weed. I didn't say you did, just say you might. For all you know, his 21-year-old brother might smoke weed. Y'all in his house, partying, cops come, weed's there, they all getting arrested? I'm not suggesting y'all don't have fun and hang out. I'm not suggesting tomorrow you're not gonna go to some house party. I'll have house parties still? No. God, I'm old. All I'm suggesting is y'all make good choices. I'm not saying getting in the car with someone is a bad choice. Somebody you don't know, you never met, you never seen. Maybe I think better of that. You're gonna have fun. But now look at their choice. They're now locked up. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow, they're entitled to a bail review the next day. The law requires them to have a bail review the next day if the commissioner doesn't release them. However, unfortunately for them, tomorrow, the big guy has all of me and my colleagues in the meeting. So we're not doing bail reviews here tomorrow. They sit till Monday. You heard? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday they see a judge. Don't get me wrong, Natalia will tell you they have the right to have a lawyer. No, they have to have a lawyer. They can't be questioned without a lawyer. They're gonna call your mom and dad. Oh, snap. What the sniggery happened here? On Monday morning, here they are. Let's fast forward my little skit. On Monday morning, here they are. Chief, would you do me the honors? Chief, these 4 individuals, all high school students in Anne Arundel County, I'm presuming all are stellar students, all have ties to the community, all have great families, aunts, uncles, parents, grandmas, all live in the county. They have a place they can reside. They all have no juvenile record. They all have no history at all. And they stand before you now for a bail review on a gun charge, PWID, the felony to distribute drugs. They want to go home on Monday, Chief. What you gonna say?
The association of the drugs and the gun together in a vehicle that's not owned by the individual, particularly as to the driver of the car, I'm going to use the rules. It's Maryland Rule 4213.1 that I'll go through, but it's going to lead me 99.9% of the time to hold without bond, which means you can't get out unless I say you get out, and you'll sit until your trial date. With the other 3 drivers, other 3 passengers, I'll take the particular circumstances into account.
But he was sitting right next to the bag that had a gun in it. This had a gun in it. This
If there's
guy right
any
here.
evidence that links him to that bag at all whatsoever, he's going to be
My
held.
2 beautiful ladies sitting right behind that bag. They could reach right in there and stick their hands in. I'm not sure whose bag. They're right next to that. They're right next to that bag.
Same
Chief.
thing. Even if I wouldn't hold them without bond, there'd be a significant type of set of conditions that I would put on them. Things like curfews, things like you have to attend school every day, things like you can't go anywhere, maybe an ankle bracelet.
Are they being charged as adults?
That's what I'd assume.
Oh, Ms. Smeltzer, you're charging them with
No,
juveniles?
all as adults, and I'd ask that they be held in the adult detention center.
So we're clear. Any of y'all 18 yet? They're all under 18. They're all minors, charged with adult felonies, held in the adult system. Now, if I were the judge, I would say to the corrections officers, to the extent I had the authority, I don't, please hold all 4 individuals in protective custody. Protective custody means to you, solitary confinement. They're keeping all y'all juveniles away from this criminal and that criminal because they're adults. So y'all in a cell by yourselves from Thursday till Monday when you see that man. And he just said by yourself. Let's fast forward. They want a trial, Ms. Howley. That's like, what? In the district court, we have time standards and we adhere to them. We are on schedule here.
These aren't district court cases.
Oh, my bad.
They're downtown. They're felony cases. They're charged as adults. We would first have to try and waive them, transfer them down to juvenile. We would have to convince and have a hearing, convince a judge that they should be tried as juveniles, not adults. That's step 1. You're detained the entire time. And then you get a trial date, maybe 4 months, 5 months, 6 months after that.
I want to fast forward now. Stay with me. This is January, right? You get a trial 4 or 5 months down the road. Y'all gonna finish school in May or June when that dude's offering internships, paid and unpaid. Y'all gonna get out in May or June when it's the summertime, you wanna go traveling, hit the shore, hit the beach, get a job, hang out at the pool. It's gonna be stank when you have an ankle monitor on your ankle and you can't leave your house. You said ankle monitor, right, Chief? And you're going to make them report to, if they do get released, report to pretrial and give urine samples?
That's correct.
No alcohol, no drugs?
Drug testing the whole time.
You said curfew?
That's a standard curfew.
This is until the trial date. For a simple, I'll call it poor choice. I'm not suggesting that Nicholas and Stephen were bad dudes when they got in the truck. But ladies, you don't know them, and they don't love you. You said, yeah? Listen, I'm not saying don't get in a car with somebody you don't know ever, ever, ever. But let's be smart. Let's make a better choice. If you need a ride, call Uber. If you're going to a party, take a friend. Know where you're going. But don't just show up at some random party, some random cat you don't know. This is what happens. And I'm not exaggerating. This happens on a regular.
Every day.
How often are your clients you seeing this?
All the time. All the time. And it doesn't mean, like, don't get us wrong. We're not saying you're going to ultimately maybe be convicted, but what about the process until then, right? Because you're going to be charged. You're going to have your liberty taken away from you. You're going to have your freedom. You're not going to get scholarships or jobs. You may ultimately win down the road in trial, like Kate said, But that's a trial issue, not an arrest issue.
But she said
Not
it.
a charge issue.
While the matter is pending, it's pending. So when somebody, an employer, does a background check, they see this felony charge pending. When you're applying to colleges, you got to openly admit this stuff. When you're applying for FAFSA grants, you got to admit this stuff. Report it. And let's say Ms. Holly does a great job and gets all 4 of them off. When's that going to be?
This late spring, early summer.
Come on, man. I, like you, like to have a good time. I'm going to have a good time in my life moving forward. Heck, the chief's going to leave here in about 20 minutes. We're going to have a party. I mean court party, chief, not a real party. But be for real. When you go out tomorrow, you're hanging out with your friends this weekend. She don't know none of them. She got locked up. Come on. He doesn't police the fun. We're not the fun police. Our job is to get you home, get you safe. Nicholas, how are you? Stephen, how are you?
Decent.
There's something that I want to point to that rarely happens in this courtroom during this program. And I applaud you and your parents for your good home training. Because Stephen sat in that seat and replied to Detective McKay, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, officer, no, officer. He replied respectfully. He replied with courtesy. I beg you to do this. Detective McKay comes to my courtroom on a regular basis, and he will tell you probably more times than he wants to admit that I've told him he's been wrong. You know what? Detective, that was a bad stop. I can't find that there's sufficient evidence for you to make that stop. Or, you know what, trooper, that was a bad search. I can't find you were there fast enough. That's my job. They don't hate me for it. I do my job. Let them do their job, because when they do their job, you live to see another day. Because I can tell you 99.9% of people who sit where you sit, who are about your age, do it this way. I'll be 19-year-old Shane.
You were probably a lot thinner then, weren't you, Shane?
Excuse me, sir.
Roasted.
You dropped something.
Microphone? Yeah. You said I'll stand.
I don't have it with
That means
me.
buying me lunch. See, now I'm fat.
Can I explain why I don't have it
No,
with me?
hold on. I also understand more than one of us in D7 has one now. That's new to me anyway. Get back to my role.
So some of us work out after we get out of our jobs. And last night I worked out at the Arundel Swim Center, but I unfortunately forgot to take my suit and clothes out of the locker when I left last night.
Bobby.
So I'm gonna have to go back to the swim center when I leave here today to collect my suit that I was wearing yesterday and my coin.
Bob, remember we started like 15 years ago, and Brady came from PG, and Brady was like, oh, how fit he was. He's like, I want to race you down the hall. And we went back down the hallway, and we sprinted. Who won?
You.
Thank you. Chief, we can do a 40 back there. I will still beat you in the 40 every day. Let me get back
If
to
we
my
go
40.
5,
19-year-old
I'll take
Shane.
you on
This
5.
is what you should not do. Don't be me. How you doing? How y'all doing? Chilling.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you? I'm Detective McKay, Annapolis Police, Safe Street Task Force. You know why I stopped you, sir?
What's up, dude?
Can I have your license and registration, please, sir?
No, thank you.
Sir, I need your license and registration.
Bro, I ain't got that.
Can you do me a favor? Can you roll this window down for me, please?
It's right there. I can see you. I see
Okay.
your eyes. I see your eyes.
I understand that,
I see your
sir.
eyes. Look, yo, it's Spencer, S-P-E-N-C-E-R. Run that one. Go ahead, man. You know me, McKay. You see me.
I need your license and registration, sir.
McKay, you see me, dude.
Sir, license and registration.
I ain't do nothing.
This is the last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to physically remove you from this vehicle.
I'm my lawyer, bro.
I'm going to ask you one more time, sir. License and registration, please.
Let me call my lawyer. I'm gonna reach over here and call my lawyer. Where's my phone?
I'm going to break your window.
Oh, snap.
So you don't know how many times I've seen in court, right? The most likely thing you're ever going to interact with a police officer is getting pulled over for a speeding violation, right? You don't know how many times it's been thousands of times where a person would have gotten a ticket for $40 or $50 or $60 and been on their way in 10 or 15 minutes, yet they resisted the officer and they got arrested as a result of doing that. Because Shane just went, if he had just been speeding, the officer has no authority to arrest him. He can only write him a ticket. You just go home, right? And you show up for the court date a couple months later. You resist arrest, you're getting locked up and taken to jail. And Shane, I don't know about you, but one of the things I always ask in minor traffic is, officer, was the individual polite and cooperative?
If I ask that every time, if the answer is yes, 9 times out of 10 it's a PBJ and the face value of the ticket, if not less. But hold on, I didn't resist arrest yet. I didn't resist. I need y'all to understand something for me. Driving in Maryland is a privilege, a driving privilege. Two things. As your parent, I could sign on a document that says, you know what, Morrissey, John, no more driving for you. And the NBA will snatch your license back. But B, most importantly to you, the law says when he pulls me over, I have to give him my license and registration. I have to. I'll give it to him. If you're speeding, so what? Come see me, fight another day. I'll give you PBJ, no points. But if you don't give him your license and registration, he can pull you out. You can pull your asp out. He pulled his asp out. It's a baton. It's a metal baton. I can't tell you how many times that I've seen officers come in, they break out the back window and pull him or her out. That's legal. That's not violating their constitutional rights. Ms. Holly, is that? You'd like to say yes, wouldn't you?
I would like to say yes.
But is it? No. No, it's not. But I don't want that to happen to you. Just give that man your license.
But I will say my clients that are polite and cooperative with officers, I can go to McKay and be like, look, this is what was going on in their life that day. They just made a mistake. Like, are you cool letting this go? You know, are we good? And they'll be like, yeah, your client was great. It's fine, totally fine. But when my client acts out and does all sorts of nonsense, they look at me and go, no, absolutely not. And so it does make a difference, right? Even if sometimes he's in the wrong or my client's in the wrong, but the way the interaction goes down ultimately affects the outcome of what happens to my client.
And it makes a difference roadside too. Because just because he said 9 out of 10 times he'll give you a PBJ for a speeding ticket, I can tell you right now, I've been doing this for 19 years. And, you know, sometimes you might get a ticket, but I'll tell you 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, if you're polite and cooperative and admit to what you're doing, I've given warnings for 110 and a 55. So, because they apologized, they told me what was going on, and things happen. You know, people
Justin
make mistakes.
just said one of the things that I like to lead with, and I'm going to jump into it now. You're going to make a mistake. The chief already made 5. They called me fat. He called me fat. Oh my God.
There's a pill you can take
Hold on.
for that now.
Diana, can you call Ebony, please? You're going to make a mistake. Own it and make it right. When you make it right, Detective, I apologize. I was speeding. I was on my way to court. My boss is very, very, very mean and hard about being late, so I was trying to get there on time. I apologize to you, sir. I'll do better. No problem. I'll walk with a citation that says I got a warning. But if you're like, F the police, screw you and your mom, you're getting 10 tickets, a lot of points, a lot of fines, and you got to go see that guy in court.
And it just doesn't apply to like court, or it applies to everything, every day in life. If you're, you know, being kind to someone doesn't cost you anything at all, but it means a lot. When someone comes up to me and says, hey, how's your day? You know, I'm instantly going to respond positively to them, rather than if they come up and say something kind of smart to me, you know? And it's,
I said good morning this morning. I saw you call me fat anyway? I mean, goodness.
You can't ignore reality.
And he's the boss. He won't let it go. You know it's on now, right? Now I'm going to get him. Ladies and gentlemen, Detective McKay and Trooper Foster go back to do their day job. Before they escape us, anybody want to ask them questions about their job, what they did, why they made the stop, why the dog hit? Any questions about that? I know, Justin, you said something, but he hit, and then what happened?
So his behavior changes are actually his alert. The final response is what looks pretty for the courts and everything like that.
And by final response, what do you mean?
The when he laid down. But what we look for as canine handlers is all the stuff he does before that. the way his nose is moving, the way his body is, the way his tail moves, his breathing, all stuff like that. I know he didn't search for a long area just based off how everybody was, but the dogs go through training with us. They have certain ways to show us that they're in odor, and those are the actual alerts.
Did anybody see him alert, Buddy alert?
You could see it from where I was. He
Y'all see it?
clearly laid right down with his nose right at that bag.
And we say alert in court, but in y'all's terms, he sat or he laid down. And that's Trooper Foss's key to know that Buddy's doing something. But Trooper Foss has 4 dogs, 4 kids, 4 dogs. They all do different things. Buddy's alert is a lay down. What's Colonel's alert?
So just a lock and stare. He doesn't really like to sit or lay down, so he'll just lock and stare.
So Colonel's another dog. Colonel won't sit, but he knows his dog like he knows his kids. Colonel looks, locks, and stares right at that guy. Buddy lays down, right? Things he knows, but when he comes to court, he has to be able to articulate, tell the judge, based on his training, knowledge, experience as a handler for 19 years with this individual canine. For example, Buddy, not Colonel, he knows what Buddy's alerts are based on all of his training. And from there, the judge will say, I accept him as an expert, and yup, McKay, that search was great, because the dog alerted. I've had students now say, we all sit. Well, what about weed? It's just weed in my car. It's legal, right? Right? We correct? We agree? Oh, I love the answer. Did you hear the answer? Not for our age. That is very mature, and I appreciate that. That is very mature. Not for your age. Although my boss calls me fat and out of shape, I keep my mind working on a regular basis, Chief, and I did some research. And I updated it. The new update is that now my brain is not smart enough to be a man until 28, not 26 anymore. I read that. I did some research recently across the country. I'm not suggesting anybody in this room. Across the country, 74% of high school kids in America have tried marijuana. 74%. 3/4 of y'all in this room have hit that blunt, smoked that weed, had a little joint, according to the science. Now, I'm not gonna let Buddy walk through here for y'all. He might fire me. I'm not suggesting that anything you did was wrong, although it's illegal. I'm just sharing that with you, and we'll get to why that's important to me as we go along. Before McKay goes, or Justin goes, Trooper Foss, I'm sorry, anybody have a problem with why he pulled all of them out, put them all in cuffs? Y'all saw I did that, right? You already got overruled. Any problem with that? Right. Thank you. You're a very mature audience, because there are those who say, like her.
And Nicholas. Nick has a problem.
Oh, Nick has a problem?
Yeah, he had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. What's your problem?
I have is that don't you need an arrest warrant to search someone's car?
Arrest warrant to arrest, or search warrant to search, Chief?
That's what the canine was for. So typically, yes, you have constitutional right. They can't just open your car and search because they want to. That's why he called for the trooper and the canine, and that alert that the dog gives them the legal authority to search the car.
That gave him the authority to allow the officer to search that vehicle.
Warrantless.
Someone said
without a
over
warrant.
here probable cause. That alert was enough for him to get in the car and search that bag. And they're searching that entire truck. He found the bag, but in my truck, he's gonna get in the bed of my truck, under my seats, lift them all up, in the glove box, he's gonna be in the engine, in the gas tank. Just make a good choice. 75% of you have tried marijuana. 100% of you, it's illegal. My boss and your teachers, Ms. Hendershot doesn't want to hear me say this. Don't bring your freaking weed to school. Be smart. Because you have weed at school, and you have weed at school, and you have weed at school. She doesn't need to call the police to search your bag, search your locker, search anything on you. She can walk in and say, you, let's go search this cat. And be gone. In my courtroom, I can't do that. In my house, your house, he's at my house, can't do that. In Old Mill, whatever they want, they can search it. Even your car on the lot. You also have to sign something to bring a car to school? That thing you signed to bring your car to school says you agree they're searching. It took him, he was downstairs, but that quick to be here. He could be at Old Mill from here now in probably 15 minutes, lights and sirens, 10 if he wanted to be. And the dog can walk around and do anything he wants. I don't want you smoking weed. I don't want you near drugs. But I'm not stupid. Do me a side, leave it at school. Don't belong there. Anywhere, don't belong there. Thank you, buddy. Any more questions about this before we move on? Yes, ma'am. Pet the dog? I can't pet Buddy.
Not this one. Unfortunately.
I don't pet Buddy.
Yes. Yes.
Great question.
Correct. So Buddy's trained on cocaine, meth, methamphetamines, MDMA, and heroin. No, it's the same alert for everyone.
And then you have a separate dog for explosives.
Yep, Colonel
right?
is used for explosives, yep. Yes.
How accurate is their alert?
That's a loaded question. So if odor is present, the dog will alert. That doesn't mean that drugs can be there and the dogs won't hit it, or that drugs aren't there and the dogs will alert. The dogs are not trained to find drugs. The dogs are trained to alert to the odor of a narcotic.
That's a great question. And I'm going to say, the example I always give is that when you and I get out here, we leave, we get in your car, I light up and smoking my blunt in your car, and our windows are up. You drop me off at my house, he pulls you over, Buddy's going to alert. Because you're never washing your headliner, smoke goes up and gets in that fabric and sits. Dog's going to alert. Maybe no drugs in your car because I had it on me. Still going to alert.
Yeah. It's all about, it's an odor availability thing. I could dive way deep into the woods about it just because I've been doing it for a while, but basically if odor is available to the dog will find it. If odor is not available, the dogs won't find it.
But
That's kind of a.
what if they use
simple way
dryer sheets or coffee or cat urine or deer repellent?
Masking agents don't really work because dogs' noses work differently than humans. When you walk into the kitchen and your wife or your mom or whoever is cooking beef stew, you smell beef stew. That's kind of the theory we use. You smell beef stew. The dog can smell the broth, the beef, the carrots, the onions, the celery. The dog smells everything separate. So when you have masking agents, coffee, dryer sheets, whatever people have used in the past to hide the odor of a narcotic, dogs just throw that scent out and move along. We don't really train the dogs to find narcotics on people. We do that with explosives. Our explosive detection dogs are trained to detect like somebody wearing a backpack walking around at a stadium. But people, we don't typically do that. Now, what you're saying is if just like he was saying, just like we were explaining about the car, back in the day, if you were smoking marijuana in your vehicle and you didn't have any the next day, but the odor is still there from the day before, the dogs will alert. It's all about odor availability.
I hear you had a question in the front right there. Him?
What's the question?
What did you major in to become a lawyer?
Me?
Sure.
Math and computer programming and philosophy.
I make fun of her. She's a geek.
I'm a nerd.
Miss Nelson, what did you major in?
Psychology.
Chief, what did you major in?
Business.
I had a poli-sci major, which is absolutely useless to me, but I went to law school. But I knew that. Law school I go to, the best law school in the state of Maryland, Maryland. I went to Maryland. The best law school in the state of Maryland, like the District 7 is the best in the state.
As I always say, I have a lot of children and they're all special. I went to University of Baltimore.
I went to
Law School,
University of
that's why.
Baltimore.
I went to University of Baltimore.
Yeah.
UBs.
UB.
Go Bees.
Boo. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am.
Just one final thing. What's interesting about that is that all of us went to different universities and colleges, but we're all in the same place. We're sitting in this courtroom right now. So in the long run, the school that you go to, at least in my opinion, doesn't make that much of a difference. But if you don't go to that school, you don't have the ticket to go to the next school, to get the first job, to get the career going. So, study hard. If you're going to school, study hard. Treat it like your job. I give the same talk to my kids I'm sure you guys do to your kids. Shame's got kids in college. I got kids in college. I want to get them out. I want to see them get a great job. I want to see you guys get great jobs. Makes a big difference in your life. Judge Spencer, could I ask one question to Ms. Holly real quick?
You're the boss.
When you are a juvenile and you're stopped, what should you do at that point? In terms of, we've said be cooperative with the police officer, but are there other advice you can give them?
Absolutely. So Maryland is one of the few jurisdictions where we created new law that you're entitled to a lawyer because you're a juvenile. So anytime that an officer, if Detective McKay wanted to question you or talk to you in Maryland, by law, they have to let you have a lawyer. So I work a hotline, and it's 24/7, and I get calls from all over the state. And if any officer wants to question a juvenile in custody, they have to call me. And I have to advise.
You said in custody, so right here, McKay asked questions here. That was okay, correct?
It is. They don't have to call the hotline there.
They're
it
not
gets
arrested
into
right
whether that's a fun legal debate of are they in custody and being interrogated. If McKay, which he didn't, if he had come up and been like, "Is this your backpack? Tell me it's yours." Like, I would argue as a defense attorney, you're now interrogating my client. You're asking them to incriminate themselves and give you evidence of a crime. So I would move to suppress any statements that you might have made. But McKay might say, hey, if somebody tells me it's theirs, I'm not charging the other three. So whoever's it is can say it's theirs and we can go about our day. It's handled completely differently, and that's a legal debate that the judges have to decide. But yes, if you are arrested, you absolutely have the right to a lawyer as a juvenile, and you have to be advised, and you get me to tell you what your rights are and explain it because your brains process things differently.
And I just said to you guys, be polite and cooperative, right, when the police officer comes up, but you also have a constitutional right to keep quiet. You don't have to volunteer anything, and as a former defense attorney, I'd advise you not to volunteer anything. Keep quiet. Be polite and respectful. You have to turn over your license and your registration. That's a requirement. But if he starts asking, where are you going, or what are you doing, or where you been, who do you know, who are these kids, you can just say politely to them, I'd like to talk to my attorney, or I'd prefer not to say, officer.
Or I'd like to speak with my parents before I answer any other questions.
Absolutely.
And you can do that politely. You don't have to, and we have this in court all the time, you don't have to give them, and 9 times out of 10 when my sweet young juvenile clients are like, well, if I just explain, I'm like, nope, it's never going to go well if you just explain, because you're not going to explain right and you're going to end up saying terrible things. But you do have the right to remain silent, and you also can cooperate. It's entirely your choice.
If you're ever in a situation where you think it is literally the worst scenario you're possibly in, you find yourself in this vehicle, you may even know there's a gun in the vehicle. The worst thing, the last thing you want to do is be combative against that officer, to tell him to go pound sand, to F off, anything like that. I've had cases with Ms. Holly. I specifically only investigate violent crimes and narcotics trafficking right now. Not to get into all the particulars of the case, but this gentleman knew he was in the wrong. He was in a neighborhood where there was a shooting the night before. He felt as though he had to protect himself and have a gun. Through my course of investigation, I knew the gentleman was armed. I stopped him, accosted him, conducted my investigation, and he was actually polite and cooperative and said, I have a gun on me. We went through what we had to do, took the gun, charged him. Now, it is up to my discretion. I could have charged him with a lot more than what I charged him with that night. He was polite, he was cooperative. He explained the circumstance to me. I'm a person, I'm a human. Before all of this, I know this. I grew up in a very bad neighborhood. I came from an area where a lot of my friends are dead or in jail right now. So through the grace of God and my family and my upbringing, I knew what it took to get out of that, but I can still relate. A lot of people just see this and think that I cannot relate to what it is you may be going through that one night when you have a gun. I have to have a gun on me because of something that happened. My family member just got shot. My brother got shot. I need a gun to protect myself tonight. The reason, when you are stopped, explain that. Don't sit there and just start to combat or question the officer what he's doing on the side of the road. When you get back to the station or wherever, The officer does Mirandize you if you do choose to talk to him. It's up to you. Explain the situation and circumstance if you choose with your attorney.
McKay came to court, and that client would have gotten 5 without, right? He would have gotten 5 years in prison without parole. Every day he was going to do. We talked. My client was cooperative, and he got a wear carry.
Yeah.
He got a wear carry misdemeanor charge of wearing and carrying a weapon and no jail time, right?
And it was such where before court, Ms. Holly's defendant and I was sitting outside on the bench.
Yeah. We were all they were chatting, we were talking. He was explaining why he had it for protection. It didn't mitigate, and it was still a crime, right? But we were able to talk about what my client did, why he was in the situation he had, why he had to protect himself, and we were able to work it out. He still had a record. It's still, there were still consequences, but they weren't as bad as it would have been if he had gone a completely different way with McKay. So, that they're just things to think about. We're not saying you have to confess and do whatever, but make smart choices. And if you find yourself in a terrible situation, let me do my job and fight for you, right? And protect you. You don't have to do that on the street with the officers. Let me do that for you.
We're all going to make bad choices. We already know that. Own it and make it right. Don't fight him. Live to go home. I need you home. McKay said it. And I say it on a regular basis. I'm telling you right now, I am not a judge, but for maybe 8 hours of the day. It's not a full 8 hours. I'm only a judge, in my opinion. When my dress is on, I'm in that chair, and Bobby says, all rise. Outside of that, I got a full-time job. I raised 3 kids here, just like y'all. That's my full-time job. That's your full-time job. Take this advice and go home with it. I tell my kids I want them to get home no matter what, and I'm telling you the same thing. Here's my gift to you today. When you go home tonight, tell your mom, your dad, your grandmother, your aunt, whoever's in your house you're living with, that Judge John Morrissey said that you could put the Uber app on your phone with your parents' credit card. I'm telling you, do this. You get 1 free out of me. 1 free. You tell
Judge Alexander, what did you charge for a first-time DWI when you were in private practice?
When I was a criminal defense attorney, it would start at $2,500 and it would go up from there.
That's to get into your office, right?
It's a cost to get an Uber, right?
Cost him $40 because I'm telling you, it's on him. Tell your mom and dad, Morrissey, John, the chief judge said, I get 1 free pass out of you. That's 1. Here's 2. But you gotta want it. You gotta own it. Here's 2. Before you leave, ask for my number. I will give it to you. I will come get you. My phone is never off. It's always on. I will come get you. If I can't get you, find somebody who will, who can. You're thinking, man, why wouldn't he come get me? I am just like y'all. A regular person. I'm a regular dude, not like him, a regular dude. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's Friday? Tomorrow's Friday. What do you have going on tomorrow? We in court tomorrow, Sean? We're in court tomorrow. Tomorrow, after court, I'm going to go home. My kids will all be home. They're home for the holidays, for break. By the time I get home, they'll all be out running the streets. So I'm going to ask Bobby who's going to get a beer with me. Bobby will get a beer. Green Trail is my spot.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have a beer. I like good beer. Sam Adams is my favorite beer. The Chief drinks like Miller Lite. That's why he's so svelte. He's svelte.
Mick Ultra.
Of course. It's water. It's water in a can. I drink good beer. I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have 2. I might have 3. I'm going to have 3. If I get to 4, woohoo. I promise you, if Bobby, right behind me always, if he's not with me, I'm calling him. It's down to a science now. It's like, hey, Bobby, you there?
I'm here. Go ahead.
It's Friday.
What does that mean? You're right.
I'm at the spot.
He's going to be pissed.
Can you get me?
I'll come get you.
All right. It's a science. He's my friend for 25 years. He'll pick me up. Drive me home. Drop me off. I'll go to the basement and hide and have another beer. But I'm in my house with my beer, no police. So at 6:30, I've had 4 beers. If you call me, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Don't want to get arrested. Don't want to go to jail. Where do you live? Glen Burnie? Got it. I got a man, Sean Gibbs, my boy, lives over there. Sean, I got a friend over there, can pick her up? He'll say yes, come get you. You don't know him, I'll text you his picture, he'll come get you, drive you home. Hear what I said? I will text you his picture. That's a random. Or tell your mom, your auntie, your grandmother, give you an Uber on that guy. That's 2 rides home I gave you right now. I am serious. I mean it. I promise you. I need you home. That's all I need you to do. All right? Now, y'all brought cases today? Yeah? I think the lawyers brought some cases today. I'm going to ask them to get their clients into the courtroom and to the table. I'm going to ask Bobby to call court momentarily. We'll turn the cameras off for that, and then we'll come back and handle some real cases that they brought forth today that I think you should see today, all right? So we'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Y'all may smoke weed. Your friends may smoke weed. People you know may smoke weed. But the problem is not the weed. It's what's in the weed that you don't know, that you can't see. Are y'all digging this? No, you're not. Ashley, can you help me, please? This is my friend Ashley. Ashley is a licensed nurse practitioner, but she used to be an ER nurse and work at Baltimore Hospital, the best ER nurse in the state. She won the award. But Ashley sees people like you and me on a regular basis. In her time in the ER, she saw people like you and me that came in and said to her, I just smoked weed. Then what happened?
They didn't just smoke weed.
How do you know?
Because you don't pass out and stop breathing from smoking unless there's something else in it.
Actually, fentanyl is, we talked about it before, it's grainy. Mm-hmm. Can you see it on the weed?
No. So fentanyl, anybody know what fentanyl is? Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
No? So it's an opioid kind of like morphine or oxycodone, but it's much, much, much stronger than that. Fentanyl, used in medical cases, in the emergency room specifically, we use it for people who have severe injuries such as a gunshot wound, an open fracture, something severe. We use it as an analgesic, meaning a pain reliever. But the problem with fentanyl is it takes only but a grain of sand that can cause you to overdose because it is so potent.
I love this part because y'all don't really understand. Remember y'all saw the drugs in the bag? So I do this because I need you to understand how important this is. How many of you know your drug dealer's last name? How many? His last name, your dealer, what's his last name? Sorry? Good answer. Good answer. I don't have one. Thank you. Who else knows their dealer's last name? The guy you get your weed from, what's his last name? I'm glad none of you answered. But here's my problem. I always ask Ashley, I didn't get it at first. I'm not a smart guy. I bring smart folks to you. So I said, Ash, you mean putting that, can y'all see my hand? Putting that in a dime bag of weed is gonna kill me.
I mean, that will for sure kill you instantly,
Right.
but we're talking about way less than that.
Less than that,
Yeah.
to kill one of these people. Hold on, I got you, hold on, I'm coming.
This could probably kill all of us.
Hold on, you hear what she said? Let's just call 50 of us in the room. That kills us all. Not you. He buys a bag of weed, and his bag of weed has this in it, and we all share that blunt or two, we all dead, right?
Right.
How about, I'm gonna take it off now.
No, I mean, it's still way too much. I mean, it still will kill you.
Let's say that cat right there, you smoke weed, right? Good answer. He didn't fall for it. he wants to buy he wants a joint. So his joint has like that in it.
Still way too much. Way too much. That'll.
I'm not being a drama queen, but listen to me. Y'all see this? This is killing not just him, but me too. Look how little that is. Imagine that mixed into your bag of weed. Still, Ashley?
Still, keep going.
Come on, girl.
Keep going. You're getting closer. You're right about there.
Now you can't see really. Can you see how much is on my hand? I mean, it's like 3 grains of salt. You see how little that is? Tommy, can you see that mixed up in a bag of weed? Come on now. Y'all see how little that is? That right there will kill you. Kill you. Exactly, squint at it. Kill you. That little bit of salt, if that were fentanyl, kills you all. Right, Ash?
A little bit will definitely kill you, yeah. So, you all are not old enough to buy legally from a dispensary. So if you're getting weed, you're getting it from a dealer, right? Your dealer does not care about you. In fact, if you overdose, that looks better on the dealer, and I'll tell you why. Because if you get some weed from this dealer hears that you got some weed and it was good stuff, quote unquote, you overdosed, you got really high, that was some good stuff on the street. No matter that it ended you up in the hospital. Other people are going to come to this dealer and they're going to try and get this good stuff that he's got. I'll tell you about a Memorial Day when I was working in the emergency room a couple of years, probably 10 years ago now. It's Memorial Day weekend. It was downtown Baltimore. We would get overdoses. That was routine. That was nothing new. Well, we get an overdose and they're sitting in the hallway bed and we're watching them. We may have given them Narcan. We may not have. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Sometimes we just watch them and make sure they're still breathing, still awake. Then we get another overdose come in. Then we get another overdose. And we've got like 5 overdoses in the hallways lining the ER. And I talked to one of the paramedics and one of the police officers that was working in the ER and I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "There's a dealer giving out testers." Testers is a little dose, just a little taste, if you will, of something. I think it was supposed to be heroin, but it was laced with fentanyl. And people didn't know it, and they were overdosing. And then the word had spread that this guy's dope was so good that it was landing people in the hospital. So more people were coming to get these testers.
Actually, you say giving it away.
Giving it away.
On the street saying, "Here, try my stuff."
Exactly.
For free.
Like a sample. And so we had all of these overdoses and these overdoses and these overdoses. And they're lining the halls. I mean, there must have been a dozen of them at any given time, lining the halls. Because this dealer had created these testers and was giving out these testers and was getting all of these people coming back, finding him to get this product. And if you saw in the video, I don't know if you saw in the very beginning because the audio was hard to hear, but he was holding this little glass vial and it showed the amount of grain of sand like Shame had in his hand, Judge Spencer had in his hand, that you can sneak that in or accidentally put that in or intentionally put that into any kind of drug or substance and bam, you're overdosed and you don't know what happened. We're seeing it in all kinds of drugs. People think that they're doing cocaine, they think they're doing weed, they think they're doing MDMA, and they're coming in overdosed. And they're like, "What the heck happened? I didn't take an opiate. I didn't do anything bad. I was looking for a party drug." And they're overdosed. And we're having to bring them back or watch them or maybe give them Narcan. Anybody know what Narcan is? Can help with someone's overdose, right? It's the antidote to an opioid. So opioids are morphine, oxycodone, fentanyl, hydromorphone, Dilaudid. It's the antidote. So you have a receptor in your brain, right? And it's an opioid receptor. So when you take an opioid, like let's say they give you morphine in the hospital for appendicitis, it comes and it sits on this opioid receptor. when you take Narcan, Narcan pushes that opioid off the receptor and settles on it and blocks it so that it can't receive that signal from the opioid. So what it does is it makes you automatically wake up. And I'll tell you what, it's not a fun wake up. If you're overdosed, when we give you Narcan, you're going to wake up puking, pooping your pants, in extreme pain all over your body. You went from high to not high, and it's not a fun experience. There's also a problem with the amount of Narcan that's available. So let's say, I'm going to pick on you because you're sitting in the front. You're at a party and your friend overdoses or takes something and you're like, I don't know what happened, but he stopped breathing. You call 911.
Ash, I got something for you.
Okay.
I'm surprising you. I haven't shared this with you before. Can you lift the paper? Watch. Go ahead, Ash. How many Narcans do they have on the ambulance?
Yeah, so we call the ambulance. The ambulance might have 2 Narcans. Usually they keep about 2. And they're the intranasal Narcans. You know, if you've ever seen it, you just put your hand on and you spray it up in their nose. This video, I believe,
it's a Ring camera.
The Ring camera. And the person, they don't know what he took. They don't know what's going on. Rolled back in his head, not breathing. So signs of overdose. Not breathing. Not speaking. Out of it. But the biggest thing is not breathing because that's the most dangerous thing. If you're not breathing, you're not getting oxygen to your brain. If you're not getting oxygen to your brain, you're going to cause brain damage or brain death. That is the side effect or the danger of an opioid. Because if you overdose, you cause brain damage or brain death because of the lack of oxygen, because you stop breathing. That's what happens to an opioid. It suppresses your respiratory drive. So in this video, they gave 4 doses of Narcan. 4 doses of Narcan to save this kid. I told you that on a regular ambulance, they might have 2. If you're lucky and you get a police officer, he might have, what, 1?
2 maybe.
2 maybe. Okay? And that's even if they can think quick enough. And then what happens is Narcan wears off faster than fentanyl does. So you got to get them to the hospital before that Narcan wears off. I'm telling you this partially to scare you, but also to let you know, like Judge Spencer said, 75% of kids in high schools are trying weed. Okay? Number 1, it's illegal, and you can't get it safely from a dispensary. Therefore, you got to be careful because there could be something in your weed that you didn't intend on. Your dealer's trying to make a buck. Your dealer's trying to get new customers. He doesn't care if you come back and buy from him, because if you don't buy from him, he's going to find somebody else who will, because he puts good stuff. Hopefully, you never have to meet me in the emergency room. I don't work there anymore, but there's a chance that I could be back there. Hopefully you never have to meet me. Hopefully you never have to meet the paramedics, or your friend never has to meet the paramedics to give you Narcan. You can buy Narcan. I've seen it at CVS. You can get it at the health department. You can get it over the counter. It looks like this. Put your thumb in the little spot right there. You put that tip right in their nose and you just push down. And that delivers a dose of Narcan right into their nose.
Actually, what if they're not high? What happens?
Nothing. So if they're not high, if they're, maybe they got a concussion and they're acting funny and they're not breathing right and they're out of it, if you give them Narcan, it will do nothing to them. It will not hurt them. But if you think that they could be overdosing or be on some kind of opiate by accident or intentionally, Narcan, you can buy it, you can keep it in your car, you can keep it in your purse. You keep it on your person. It's not illegal to give it to someone. Give it to someone and call 911. Okay? Like I said, you can buy it. I've seen it at CVS. You can buy it at pharmacies. You can get it at the health department. It could save somebody's life. Easy to administer. It's safe. You're not going to hurt somebody by giving them Narcan.
Any questions of Ashley? Yes, ma'am.
No, it's not dangerous. So they were performing CPR because the patient wasn't breathing. So when the patient's not breathing, they're not going to pump their heart. So you need to breathe for them, mouth to mouth, and you need to pump their heart for them. Because on fentanyl, all of those, your body's natural regulatory systems that keep your heart and your lungs working are not working. So they can do CPR if the patient is not breathing. That is correct, and it will not hurt them. That's true. So we teach as an excellent point, and I would recommend that you do what's called hands-only CPR. Hands-only CPR is the same thing CPR, doing it, staying alive. Yeah, okay. Doing CPR without giving breaths, because that way you can reduce your risk. You're absolutely right. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Reduce your risk of getting cross-contaminated with. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a misconception or not, but I've heard that just getting it on your hands could be like because it could seep in your skin or something.
It can be super, super dangerous. It depends on the strength of the powder, but if you've ever watched some of the cop shows or some of like the smuggling shows, sometimes they'll put on masks and gloves and glasses when they are searching people. I just recently heard a story about they were searching this individual that was in the emergency room. Sometimes we will search them to make sure they don't have any weapons or drugs on their person so that they don't continue to hurt themselves while they're in the emergency room. They were searching this patient, pulled a bag of heroin out of his pocket. It went airborne. Everybody there got high. They didn't all overdose, but they did all get very, very sick. So it's very, very dangerous, especially aerosolized for the rest of the community. Generally in the hospital, we use Narcan IV or IM, meaning a shot in your arm, because it's faster. But I have given intranasal Narcan. Only in hospital settings, thank the goodness that I have not had to administer it on the street or with a friend or at a party or anything like that.
But Bobby and his team have done it here in this building. People come to court high and fall out, and Bobby gives them the Narcan in our building and calls the ambulance. But remember, we have it in our building, but he has only so much. If you need 3 or 4, okay. We gotta get the ambulance from there to here, and you back. But it's all the time. It's everywhere. Bobby carries it here. Cops carry one on their belt. It's in the ambulance, but I bet if it's in the schools, I bet it's in the schools. I advocate, as a resident and a friend of yours, I advocate you have it. You know who smokes. You know who's using. I know she's not smoking. Bobby and I get high all the time. I'm with her. I'm not using it. But when I have Bobby, I got it because Bobby can get high. I know Bobby. I joke, but I don't. Miss Holly, if they call the police because I'm overdosing, are they going to jail? No. You're safe. You're safe. You're not going to jail. Save a life.
Also, if you end up in my ER overdosed, we're not calling the cops either. If you end up in my ER because you're awake and you think you're overdosing, we're not calling the cops. That is against your HIPAA rights. Your HIPAA rights are a right to privacy. I cannot call the police. I have to treat you medically, okay? If you call for a friend at a party, that's a Good Samaritan law. You're not going to get in trouble. They're not going to get in trouble, okay? The whole purpose is to stay alive, okay, and stay safe. So don't be afraid.
This could wear off too. You may get 2 doses on the street. You may get to the hospital and re-overdose. So it's not one dose and done.
They got to watch you for a little while, which is why you got to call 911. Yeah.
You also said that you give fentanyl, like, very high pain situations. How do you?
So we give IV fentanyl, but we give it in very controlled doses. So the problem with the stuff that's on the street, fentanyl, it's not regulated by the FDA. That grain of sand could be 25 micrograms, it could be 100 micrograms. The difference between 25 micrograms is what I would give you if you broke your arm really bad. 100 micrograms might overdose you or get you too out of it. So there's no regulation with the stuff on the streets of how much is in a certain concentration, you know, a couple of grains or whatever. What I do is I pull it up in a vial. It's a liquid, and I give it through an IV, and I give a certain dosage according to what the doctor orders. That's safe, and we're monitoring the patient the entire time. So in case we give a dose that's a little bit too strong, we're monitoring the patient all the time.
How long does it wear off?
So Narcan lasts about an hour. Don't quote me on that, give or take. Fentanyl lasts several hours. So that's why I say if you give somebody Narcan, you don't have to stick around. Give Narcan, call 911. If you want to get out of there, get out of there. I recommend that you wait until the ambulance gets there, but you did your due diligence by calling 911, okay? Because that Narcan that you gave, or the Narcan that gets given by fire and EMS, is going to wear off. So about an hour. That's why we watch you in the hospital for a little while after you overdose. We want to watch you for a couple hours to make sure that you keep well on your own. Giving someone too much fentanyl? Yeah, but like I said, we monitor them and we just recognize that their breathing is a little bit too slow. We will give them Narcan to reverse that. Little tiny doses of Narcan, less than what you get in that spray thing. Like 0.1 milligrams, 0.01 milligrams, which is very, very tiny to like wake them up a little bit, make them breathe a little bit. But it's happened, it's very rare, but it's happened before.
But Ashley's a licensed medical professional and knows how to do those things. Too much, she can counteract it. But too much fentanyl on the street or too much in your weed, Narcan may get you alive for a minute, but I'm gonna tell this to you. I need you to get home. I love y'all. I love Ashley. I don't need you seeing Ashley. If you're seeing Ashley, you're in the ER. Get home. And this is not a PSA for it's okay to use drugs. It's not. But I'm real, we're real. It's not, don't use them. It's illegal, you're gonna die. Someone who does use drugs, save a life. Use the Narcan, call 911. Please, I'm begging you.
Watch your friends, know the signs of overdose. You know, very shallow breathing or not breathing, unconscious, really slowed heartbeat. Okay, the biggest thing is breathing. That's what you'll notice first. Call for help if you notice these symptoms.
Before she goes, any more questions for Ashley? Perfect. Thank you, Ashley. One more in the back, left.
So if you count, you and I will breathe typically 16, 18, 20 times a minute. If someone's breathing 4 to 6 times a minute, you're gonna know it. You watch their breathing. If they're breathing really shallow, they're gonna be It's noticeable if you pay attention. If you're worried about somebody, put your face down near their chest, near their mouth, watch, count their breaths, okay? And if in doubt, call 911. All right, thank you so much, everybody.
To follow up what Ashley said, that high you may get from alcohol or weed is temporary in nature, but has a permanent impact on your lives. I listened to that. I hope you watched that Narcan video. One of the things that struck me that I'm gonna touch on is many of your your peers are turning to drugs for mental health issues. What we've discovered in the court is mental health is becoming more and more prevalent in your age group. That's 16 to 24-ish. And I'm here to tell you as a grown man, as an adult, it's real. Mental health is real. I tell you this all the time, and I want you to hear me, that your normal is not my normal. My everyday is not your everyday. My challenges aren't your challenges. How I get through them is not how you get through your challenges. But I want you to lean into it. We all have challenges, and there are ways to deal with those challenges. And I encourage you to deal with them in ways that I think are safe and healthy. Call a friend, call a coach, call a neighbor, call a parent, call a cousin. Call a stranger, I don't care. Call me. I tell you this because, like y'all, we were all working through COVID. And as COVID came and went, y'all were home on your computers, not interacting with your friends and your peers. As we came out of COVID back into the courtroom, not because of crime, not because of bad acts, we saw more and more parents in here because their kids were going through issues. Aunties were in here because their nieces and nephews were going through struggles. And we didn't know how to deal with that. That was semi-new to us because it's so prevalent. Along the way, a friend of mine and I spoke about mental health and how real it is. And along the way, as we came out through COVID, came on the other side, we talked about how mental health is affecting us. And by us, I mean our community, Anne Arundel County citizens, students. And that's when we knew that we had to make sure you knew it's okay not to be okay. We knew we had to help you understand that it's gonna be okay. There are some temporary setbacks in our lives that don't have to have permanent repercussions. I met a strong woman one time not too long ago, and she changed my life. In this building, in this courthouse, I had a case, young cat, that's him right there, Ryan Jeffries. He lived in our county. He went to South River High School. He sat in the seats where you sat. He attended schools in court 25 years ago. Ryan Jeffries went to South River and did great things, went to college, did fabulous things. Ryan Jeffries went on to do things for our country and our state that I don't like to discuss because it's personal and private business, because he still lives here. But I'll tell you, I met Ryan and I met Kason Donato on the same day. That's Kason right there. That's my man. Ryan and Kason crossed paths one day here in our county. See, Ryan was celebrating the birthday of his friends down in Baltimore. Y'all say you want to go to Baltimore? He was down in Baltimore. Ryan was a great friend, is a great friend, and set up the birthday party. He was over 21. They went to a bar in Baltimore, and Ryan was the designated driver. Ryan planned the party for his friend. They all went downtown for the party. Like my friend Miss Story, who's still here, Ryan planned on staying. He didn't. Like Miss Story, she's still here right there. Ryan drove home. Then Ryan met Kason. The problem is Ryan and Kason met in a way that I'd rather them not have met. They met over in Old Mill, Charleston, Glen Burnie. We all kind of live in the same general area. I live over in the Severn area. Y'all know Telegraph Road over there by Disney and where it meets Donaldson? Down that way. This is the 911 tape. You probably can't hear it. Thank you, Bobby.
He's tired.
During the trial, this is the tape the state prosecutor played for us.
Yeah, a kid just got hit. One girl just got raped. She was in the middle of 170, right up past the door. Now he saw the right hand side. She was ran over as a car just It's literally on the right-hand side across from the trailer park.
You know what trailer park is in Nani's? Now it's closed down, the old bar. Name a street over there for me if you can. Name the next street. Listen.
Oh my God. What's the closest intersection? There's no intersection. He was literally out in the middle of the road. I went past, and I happened to see him, and all of a sudden the car was coming up behind me and ran him right over.
Okay, is it near Florida Avenue?
He's way before Florida Avenue. I kept coming because I didn't see what was going on. And
What's the intersection where he was?
oh my God, he was way up where 90 bar is, the bar 90.
What?
90, the bar on 170.
Okay, what's the intersection, sir?
There is no intersection.
What's the closest intersection?
I guess it's, what's the closest intersection? Maybe we're gonna find-
You hear the excitement in his voice. The stranger's calling 911. He has no idea what's happening.
Oh my God. I live right up the street. I'm turning around and coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
What I want you to know is that Ryan's coming home. Down Telegraph.
Can I get your name, sir?
He lives in, I won't tell you where he lives, but he lives in our county. Going down Telegraph to go home. Ryan has his partner in the car, a friend of his, the guy's birthday it was. He's passed out drunk. Ryan heard a thud. Thought he hit a deer, kept on going. Cops got there. Cops arrived. I'm going to show you what they saw when they got there. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not pretty and it's gruesome. If you don't want to see blood, close your eyeballs. I'm going to show it to you quick, but I'm going to show you what the man on 911 tape saw, what the cops saw when they got there. That's Kason. And that's how I met him. I changed it quick, I know. That's how I met Kason. In the middle of the trial, the prosecutor walks over and shows me this picture. Introduced me to Kason. That's how I met him. I never met him in person. Never had the privilege. The prosecutor brings that picture and all the other evidence during the trial. Showed me that picture too. That guy. That's Ryan. Party night, beer in his hand. Cops did their job because they found the tag, Kason's backpack across the street. They found a tag that had a registration on it. They went to Ryan's house, trying to talk to Ryan. They found him, and they charged him. Took his car, impounded it. And I show you this only to show you they got up underneath there because that's the undercarriage of what that car hit. We had the trial. Officers present all the evidence, and I won't bore you with the details. Let's just suffice to say they did their job well. The crime lab did their job well. There is not a scintilla of doubt in my mind that this vehicle, driven by Ryan Jeffries, struck, hit, and killed Kason Donato. The defense presented some evidence. We call it character evidence. Ryan didn't deny driving, didn't deny hitting the person. He thought it was a deer. He went home to sleep it off. Getting a little anxious already because I'm in my feelings right now. Because the evidence they brought was Ryan's family and the neighbors. And I'm learning Ryan is a great dude. Ryan's that guy who lives in a community where if it snows, he doesn't shovel his driveway, he shovels the driveway for this young lady down the street, that young man down the street who's 85 and can't get out and walk. Ryan cuts that grass, picks up those weeds, volunteers in the community. Ryan's done things for our country that I'm at liberty to share with you that blow me away. Everyone's just a great guy. Needless to say, I found Ryan guilty of killing Kason. The state tells me he has no record, never been arrested, never seen a jail, never had cuffs on his wrists until that night. That's what the state showed me. Kason, his son Bryson, that's Bryson's mom. Then Kason's mom is there. And she tells me about her son. I learn a little bit more about Kason. He lives here in Anne Arundel County, has a young man. Bryson's a baby right there. His then girlfriend lived there. They plan on spent time here, growing up here, raising Bryson here. And she sits down. And the defense told me, again, all things about Ryan that are great. In my job, I have a lot of duties and responsibilities. And the worst one I have is putting somebody in jail. But in my heart, I know when that's time. My mind is what I'm supposed to rule. In my heart, I know it's time. And when my heart says jail, I get off the bench, go to my chambers, I hang my robe up under my guardian angel, and I touch it. And I ask for some guidance and prayer. Because I shouldn't do anything in my mind emotionally when I'm on the bench. So I checked my emotion, and I came back. And I'm about ready to sentence Ryan Jeffries. When I'm going to sentence somebody, because I've been doing this for a minute, and Bobby's my friend for a very long time, I don't want to tip my hand on putting this guy in jail, so I will just normally tap my ring. And Bobby will come stand behind you and have his cuffs in his hand so you don't get froggy. I tap my ring. I don't make any bones about it. I already handed my sheet to my clerk, and I gave Brian every last day of jail. Bobby has his handcuffs out, and someone says, wait, can I say something? In our system of jurisprudence, the state has the burden, the defense has the last word before I do anything. I already heard from the state. I heard what they had to say, so I can't hear from them. Kason's mom stands up. Kason's mom asked me if she can tell me something. I said, no, ma'am. She said, please, Your Honor, I need to tell you something. I'm already putting Ryan in jail. We all agree, right? We all do agree Ryan should be and go to jail, correct? Please tell me we agree. I gave Ryan each and every moment, right? We agree? Some of y'all scared, say yes. Yes, I did it. Ryan, watch. There he is. That's him. Look, I get emotional thinking about it. That's him. Ryan, why aren't you in jail, sir?
I'm not in jail today because Kason's mom stood up for me in that courtroom. The most amazing woman that you'll ever meet in your life. I'm the person right here who took Kason from her. And this woman stood up and she said, Judge, I don't want Kason's life to mean nothing. I don't want his loss to cause, I don't want another mom to feel the same loss that I'm feeling. Her humble approach, her love, this woman, it was unbelievable.
Who could do that? Yeah, not me either. Monica Donato stood up. She walked down the aisle, stood here, and then at that point, she didn't even ask to speak to me. She said, well, you solve this problem. Monica, can you help me? I get emotional doing this. Monica came from the back of the courtroom. Here she is. I'm going to show you what she did. She walked down the aisle. Oh, God. This is where magic happens. That's Miss Story's mom. I never met Miss Story. I had never met her mom in my entire life. I asked Miss Story to stay because I needed her to see Monica because this is what life is. This is real. This is something that I don't think any one of us as children are ever going to have. A mom like Monica stand up and ask me not to put the man who took her son from her in jail. And Monica came down this aisle, walked over here, and I'm going to show you what she did. And crying, I'm all emotional. Look, she won't even come. Bring her with you, Monica. Okay. Monica walked down the aisle. I'm on the bench, and I'll show you what she did. She walked over here to Ryan. I gave that cat a hug. What the hell?
I love you.
I love you.
This happened in front of my eyes. This happened in real life. Monica, why did you ask me not to put Ryan in jail?
Gosh. Okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh God. Sorry, y'all. He made a bad decision at night. He did. And I miss my baby so much. But it wasn't up to me to judge him for the mistake that he made. And when I met him, it's not weird, energy is not weird, but I felt so much love coming from him that I needed to tell him that I forgive him. When just moments prior to me meeting him, I had went in the woman's bathroom and recorded a video that I didn't even remember, that I just found, I think Judge Spencer a year or two ago, and I sent it to Judge Spencer. I didn't even remember recording it. But I felt so much energy from Ryan, so much remorse, so much love, and it was so positive. And it's weird, but anything coming from God, and I'm not trying to push religion on anybody, anything coming from God is all good. It wasn't up to me to judge him, but it was extremely important for me to stand by him so that we can partner and tell our story. You turn on the TV, breaking news comes on, it's all negative. You see what's going on in the world, most of it is not good. It doesn't make you feel good. Seeing this story before you met Ryan and I, it didn't feel good. Seeing my son on that screen, it doesn't look good. But I remember my baby prior to that. And he will always be my baby. Judge Spencer reminded me of that. But Ryan's my babe too. And if I can help him become a better person by him telling his truth and me confirming that that's his truth, then we both are making the world a better place. He did not deserve to be in prison anymore. He did his time. And I'm not judging him. I'm not judging him. I'm here standing beside him to let you know that there is a thing called true love without being in a relationship with someone, and this is what it looks like.
Soak that in, people.
It looks like.
Soak that in. 4 times a year, for the past however many years, Ryan comes here on his own free will. Monica drives from New Jersey. She left New Jersey this morning to come do that. And I challenge any one of you in this room to say you still put Ryan in jail. I didn't. He did sometime. But her words meant far more to me than anything else I could have heard or done or said. There are those who sat in your seats who looked at me like, what the hell? That right there, I can't make that up. I can't bottle that. If I could, I'd sell it. This is your county. This is a student of our high school. This is a mother of a child who lives here with us, hugging as he took her son. Nah. I tell you, I'm a son first. A dad second. Strongest women I know in my entire life are here. You just met them. Jennifer Alexander and Monica Donato. Strongest women you'll ever meet. And I'll tell you something. There's only one of each. In my 20 years, I've never met anybody strong as her. I've never had anybody talk me off the ledge. Because when I'm there, I'm there. I am duty bound to protect all of you. It's my job, I think. But I weighed that versus this. This is not fake news. This is not some video I just found for you. This is real. And when you leave here today, I asked you to compete. When you leave here today, look on the picture out there. You'll see Kayson's and Al's picture out there. This is for Kayson. She said his name cannot go in vain. Ryan said, I won't let it. Ryan doesn't work for me. I'm not paying him. He's not on probation to me. He's not sentenced to me. Ryan's my friend. He's my friend. They love each other. I guarantee you, there's not one like her. There's not one person in the world for any judge in this county who would say, don't put him in jail. Hasn't happened before, won't happen since. I guarantee it. But this is real. This is what makes this job fun for me, because you all saw this. You're like, what, Ryan's here? And then mom comes up? Come on now, I can't make this up. This is my gift to you. This is love. What it looks like. Ryan's right there, ask him a question, he'll answer it for you. Yeah, everybody gets scared, they don't ask him a question. Ask Monica, she'll answer anything you want.
I was you guys. I literally was you guys. In 2003, I sat in these same seats in this same room. I saw all these people up here that
No, wasn't me. We've gotten better since. I got this. This is magic right now. This is magic. Jennifer Alexander, magic. I got the best lawyers in the state now. But that doesn't change anything. Don't be him. I mean, I say it to his face, don't be him. He made a mistake. One that Miss Story could have made. That's why I wanted you to stay. This is a game changer for me. I hope for you. Any questions for them? Tiff, will you join me? Where? Sorry, I didn't see it. Apologize. Who has a question? I'm listening. Kate? Jenny? How do I feel about redemption? Monica, or Ryan, how do you feel about redemption? And was he redeemed? Ryan, do you feel redeemed?
How do you live with this every day, right? It's impossible. It's horrible. It never leaves your mind, right? And you just heard about a young lady who took her life, who thought there was no other way, that, it was just too hard, right? Imagine going through this, both her, both me, all of the things, all of the feelings, right? There were 2 years leading up to this time when I finally met Monica, right? You don't know what's going to happen. Your whole life's in turmoil. Her whole life's in turmoil. Kayson's son lost his dad, right? Because of me.
That way. I'm gonna show him Bryson. I'm gonna slide. I'm sorry.
I got to get an updated picture.
Look at that. So that's little Bryson. Oh my God.
I tell you, for me, the redemption comes from doing this every day. All you can do is try to make it right? All you can do is try and live with kindness and love, which is exactly what this woman did times 10,000 on that day, right? So that's all we want you to do here, is go and live your life with kindness and love, and just choose to love somebody who doesn't look like you, who might not act like you, who might not be exactly the same as you, right? Take that negativity you see in the world and spread some positivity, and that's the way to do it, because that's what she wanted, that's the way she lives, that's the way Kayson lived, and that's the way I try to live. So that's how I would say it's all you can do, because at the end of the day, I took this woman's baby. There's no denying that, no getting away with that. It'll never change. So all you can do is try and live life the way that she does, and love unconditionally.
My ask of you is that when you make that bad choice, I already told you, make it right. Own it and make it right. He owned it. He's still making it right, paying it forward for y'all. That's huge for me. I text, I call, he says when and where. For y'all. I can show you a bunch of videos from the YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter thing, all that stuff. I don't care. This is real. This is in our county. I love our county. I love all y'all now. We're friends now. I need you to get home. I need you to be safe. I need you to know you're enough. It's okay. If you don't think he had a bad day or time or two, you're dead wrong. But imagine her bad day or time or two. Imagine her 4-hour ride down here to know what she's going to see. and say and hear. That's a lot. Sacrifice they make for you. 1,310. Those are days. That's a lot of sacrifice for you. By you, I mean, I want you to know that you have friends now. I want you to know that we all don't just like you now, we love you. We need you. This is important. Ask me, give you my number. I'm not giving it out. Come ask me, I'll give it to you. Call me, I'm coming. If I'm not there, I got friends. I ran a little bit late, I apologize to you. I'm passionate about what we do here. I'm passionate that I know that we can touch lives. If one of you makes a better choice, it's a win for them. If one of you calls 988 to talk to somebody, it's a win for them. If one of you uses Uber, it's a win for them. Make good choices, my friends. My friends are going to step outside. I'm very passionate about what we do here. When I met Judge Alexander, she was then Jennifer, for dinner to discuss Eve. We met at a restaurant and we parked at the parking ride over near where I live, and there was a sign in front of my parking spot that said 988. And I told Jennifer, who the heck of my 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old friends parking at a parking ride in Odenton to leave a sign? Then I heard it on the radio. Y'all don't listen to the radio? You listen to Tickety Talkie. I don't know what y'all listen to. But I'll tell you this. I believe what we do changes lives. I have my bands on today. It says it's okay not to be okay, but also has 898 on the back and Eve's name. For me, it's a constant reminder that I have a burden, challenge to make sure that I'm doing my job, but I don't keep these on my wrist very long. I see somebody on the street who's asking me if they had a bad day, I give it to them. My friends normally have them, they give them away. I'm gonna give you one before you leave. Reminder to you, when your friend's in trouble, your friend needs something, just go ahead and slide to them real quick and say it's gonna be all right, and let them call. So my friends will meet you outside, you can ask them questions, give them a hug if you want to. It's been my pleasure, my team's pleasure to have you in my playhouse today. Spread the message, spread the word. Y'all go ahead, if you want to. Spread the word. We're here to help. I wish y'all a great school year. Thanks for coming out and have a fabulous day, all right? Good to see y'all.